Well, here you're looking at a restored 1928 Dictaphone, where I picked it up locally here in Adelaide. It's a model 10XA. It was all rusty. All that paintwork you can see on the cabinet there, that's all original. The stand has been resprayed. That was all rusty and scratched, etc. And you'll sort of notice the bolts have all been buffed, etc. New leather belt and some various spare parts there where I got from Dictaphoneparts.com there over in Oregon in the States, where Bill McWilliams was great help, where he sort of gave me a bit of advice on a few parts where I was stuck on how to get them out and put it back in again. He even sells the new old stock cylinder rolls, etc. He sent me over a couple of other bits and pieces. There's a bit of an interesting part here as well, that on the side here, it's their old sort of transformer where basically the world had different voltages, and what you actually did was you plugged it in apparently and turned the unit on, and there's a little screw there that you actually shift, and then once the motor starts turning to its maximum speed, that's the right voltage. So works pretty much similar to like I suppose like a dimmer light switch. But inside here, I'll just lift him up. You can see the motor there, that was a bit seized and stiff, a bit sorry for itself. There's a bit of mechanism in there. This also was sort of came from a local business, KPMG, which is a big sort of finance advisory company, and been about 4 or 5 different shifts around the city, so they probably bought it brand new, I'd presume. I had trouble with the Bowden wire, which is this cable here, which is basically your typical remote, where if you actually pick this up now, you'll see the motor turning. And I did some recording where you actually just sort of press this button and the sound will come out. And there it sort of, pauses. So basically the person using it sits on the chair near the desk and just presses that button in and out to either speak or listen to what they've been saying. This lever here is to release the cylinder once you're finished with it. So you just slide that to the right, and there's a little foot that presses up against the cylinder and then just pushes it to the right, and out she goes. This here is just your typical shaving tray bin, where once you sort of dictate something, it leaves a few shavings, so you just sort of tip that in the bin, so to speak, and just put it back, and away you go again. Apparently you get 11 minutes of record time, about 1,200 words out of it. So and then once you're finished with it, you've got to put on a special shaving machine to reuse it, and I believe you can reuse a cylinder about 30 to 40 times by taking about 35 thou off each turn. But anyway, that's it. And once again, if you need any parts or bits and pieces or advice, give Bill a call at Dictaphoneparts.com and tell him the radiogram bloke sent you. Thanks for watching the video.